Archangel Michael says, before you ever knew your name, before you ever took your first breath, a divine pattern was etched into your soul. It wasn't written in stone, but in passion, whispers of joy that surface as hobbies, dreams, and strange little loves that never seem to leave you. Tonight, the time has come to awaken the purpose behind them. You may think the things you love to do are simply distractions, gentle escapes from a cruel world. But the truth is far deeper than you imagine. The things that make your heart race and your spirit settle were once parts of your divine contract. There was a moment, long ago, when your soul was being formed with precision, and sparks of creativity were embedded inside you. They weren't added for decoration, they were added as clues. These hobbies are remnants of your true assignment, coded into your being for such a time as this. The reason certain passions survive storms is because they are stronger than pain, louder than fear, and brighter than betrayal. Even when people leave, even when jobs fade, even when heartbreaks stack like bricks around your heart, the things you love always remain. That is not a coincidence. Type Amen to get blessing 333. When you were a child, you didn't have to be told to draw, dance, write, sing, build, or play. You did it freely, innocently, because your soul still remembered the contract. But as life moved forward, people began telling you that joy was a luxury, not a guide. You started to believe that passions should be hobbies, not callings. You were trained to push them aside, to take life seriously, to survive instead of thrive. But now the angels are rising again to push your gifts to the surface. Archangel Michael says, something inside you is aching to live. It's not just boredom, it's not just restlessness, it is the divine signal that your time has arrived. The gifts you buried under responsibility are rumbling again. They're not waiting for permission anymore. They're not asking for applause. They're clawing their way up your spine because destiny has grown impatient, and your soul has run out of time to keep pretending. Type Amen to get blessing 704. There's a sound in heaven that matches the sound of your hands when you work in your zone of joy. Every time you touch your calling, even unknowingly, heaven rejoices. You think you're just sketching, but angels see you reactivating a contract. The strange part? Every time you ignore it, something in your life goes slightly wrong. A fog clouds your heart. A subtle sorrow seeps into your routine. That's because your soul cannot fully thrive in a life divorced from your calling. Even if you find success in other paths, your spirit will remain half awake. The world is full of successful people who are starving inside, and that's not your destiny. You didn't come here just to pay bills, argue with people, or scroll through other people's lives. You came to create, to stir, to ignite. You came to leave fingerprints on the world using the very things that bring you joy. Type Amen to get blessing 218. The dreams you've hidden were never lost. They've been stored in divine safekeeping, waiting for the day you'd be strong enough to hold them again. Today is that day. Listen closely. Someone is being guided toward you who has the resources to unlock your gift. But they cannot find you in the crowd of people you're trying to blend in with. They are seeking the real you, the one who shines when doing what you love. You've been sending mixed signals to the universe. One day you're lit up and alive, the next you're shrinking and denying your essence. It's time to choose now. Heaven cannot elevate what you keep hiding. If you love to sing, sing louder. If you love to paint, let the colors bleed through your hands. If you love to cook, create meals that speak a language only your ancestors understand. Type Amen to get blessing 996. You are not selfish for choosing what you love. You are obedient. Your happiness is a form of divine alignment. Don't underestimate what small beginnings can lead to. What starts as a hobby can evolve into a mission that impacts lives you've never met. The ripple effect is real. Right now, somewhere far away, someone is waiting for what only you can create. They are praying for an answer, and your gift is that answer. But if you never activate it, they remain in darkness. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. Archangel Michael says, you are the solution to a stranger's hidden ache. But you must walk into your calling without shame. This is not the time to seek approval, it's the time to step into legacy. Type Amen to get blessing 481. You've lived too long under the shadows of doubt. Every time you said, I'm not good enough, you rejected heaven's architecture within you. But grace is here now, not to punish, but to remind. The reason you keep dreaming of doing something bigger is because your soul refuses to forget. It keeps whispering truth into your daily routine. Even when you're tired, even when you feel defeated, the whisper never stops. Those hobbies? They are not play. They are prophecy in disguise. They are the way your soul has been trying to speak while your mind stays trapped in logic. Archangel Michael says, your life will shift drastically the moment you take your gift seriously. Money will come. Allies will arrive. Peace will unfold like dawn. Type Amen to get blessing 842. If you've ever felt like your life is stuck, the cause may not be external, it may be internal rejection of your purpose. The flow you're craving is on the other side of obedience. Not to a person. Not to a system. But to the soul contract signed in light before time began. The day you stop hiding is the day miracles begin. Don't be shocked if old relationships fade. Don't be surprised if your environment suddenly shifts. These are signs that your calling is now live. You've suffered long enough in silence. You've watched others walk in their glory and wondered why you still feel unfulfilled. But it's not because you're forgotten, it's because your blueprint is waiting for your yes. You don't need a massive audience to begin. You need a quiet room, your bare hands, and a yes whispered to your own reflection. Type Amen to get blessing 557. What you call hobbies are actually divine portals. Every time you invest time into them, something supernatural aligns. You are drawing from the well of eternity, even if you don't realize it. There is a younger version of you still watching and hoping. That child remembers the joy you once held. It's time to give that version of you permission to be in charge again. Start small if you must, but start. Buy the materials. Clear the space. Tell the world through action, I remember who I am. The world doesn't need more replicas. It needs originals. And you, beloved, were never meant to be a copy. Type Amen to get blessing 618. Don't wait for people to understand. Most won't. This isn't about being understood. It's about being whole. You are not irresponsible for investing in your joy. You are prophetic. You are wise. You are aligned. Those little moments when you feel peace while writing, dancing, sculpting, filming, teaching, exploring, that's the divine telling you, this is home. The doors are opening now. Not because you begged, but because destiny is scheduled. And this time, you won't miss the appointment. Type Amen to get blessing 790. And remember, the first step always looks like rebellion. It will feel like disobedience to the life you built just to survive. But survival is not your final chapter. The very thing you've been suppressing is the treasure map. It doesn't need to make sense to anyone but your soul. Because your soul never forgets. When you begin again, strange favor will follow. People will offer you things without knowing why. Situations will align that defy explanation. The universe is only waiting for one signal, your yes. Your action. Your breath upon the dream. The dream has been waiting. Type Amen to get blessing 303. This is not just encouragement, it's a divine command: create, act, share, move. Not later. Now. There's someone watching you quietly. They don't know your name yet, but they are already falling in love with your energy. The moment you share your gift, they will recognize you. You've been afraid to be seen. But to be seen is to be remembered. And you were sent here to be remembered. Let them misunderstand. Let them judge. Let them fall away. You were never meant to stay hidden forever. Type Amen to get blessing 119. You are not too old. It is not too late. The beginning starts here. And as you act, clarity will follow. As you move, courage will grow. As you honor your calling, heaven will rearrange itself for you. Archangel Michael says, the light in your eyes will return the moment you make room for your gift again. Even your body will respond differently. You'll sleep deeper. Laugh louder. Live freer. This is your rebirth, hidden in the thing you always loved doing. It was never random. It was always divine. Type Amen to get blessing 560. Your hands are sacred tools. Your voice is a healing frequency. Your dreams are blueprints of another realm. You've survived enough. Now, it's time to live. Don't wait for proof, be the proof. Don't look for permission, heaven already approved you. Don't rehearse the fear, practice the purpose. You've come too far to bury your joy again. It's time now, chosen one. It's time. Open the door and let the gift flood the room. Type Amen to get blessing 887. Archangel Michael says, there is a divine spotlight that is now following your energy, not your name, not your appearance, but the energy you carry when you do what you were born to do. And when you step into your flow, all of heaven leans in to witness. You become a vessel of something greater, something holy, something eternal. The world tries to define people by what they earn, but heaven defines people by what they carry. You carry a frequency that only activates when you're doing what you love. That's why everything feels wrong when you try to live someone else's dream. You were not born to walk a scripted path written by someone else's expectations. You were born to awaken something ancient and beautiful through the things you do effortlessly. It's not arrogance to follow your joy, it's obedience to your higher calling. You don't have to quit everything tomorrow. But you do have to honor your soul today. Give yourself back 5 minutes. Then give it 10. And watch how life starts to soften. Type Amen to get blessing 475. There is a reason some things call to you no matter how long you've ignored them. They are the unbroken threads to your destiny. The more you try to cut them, the louder they echo in your spirit. Even now, you remember moments where doing your hobby made you feel more alive than any relationship, job, or recognition ever could. That wasn't an accident. That was alignment. Heaven never wanted you to suffer to earn worthiness. Your joy was always the access point. That's why pain didn't cancel your passion, it only buried it temporarily. You don't need to be perfect to begin. You just need to be brave. Your hobby is the compass that leads to your divine map. Type Amen to get blessing 622. A shift is coming, and it will begin not with thunder, but with a whisper. A whisper that sounds like you doing something small and sacred again. Something forgotten, but never lost. This shift will not wait for applause. It will begin in secret. In quiet hours. In soft rejections of the life that keeps you numb. Your spirit is ready now to shake off the false layers. To dig your fingers back into the dirt of your own truth. To resurrect the life you once dreamed of but abandoned too soon. The people you fear will laugh won't matter in the new world you're building. You're not creating for them. You're creating because something divine told you you must. Type Amen to get blessing 999. There is something spiritual about doing what makes your heart beat differently. It's where you're closest to your truth. It's where your power begins to glow. You've tried so hard to be everything for everyone, but when will you be everything for yourself? This message is not about ego. It's about realignment. You will not need to scream to be heard. You will not need to force anyone to stay. Those who are meant to walk with you will be drawn to your fire. And your fire will return the moment you stop pretending you're okay living cold. Type Amen to get blessing 204. You may not see how your love for art, words, movement, nature, or beauty has anything to do with your future. But the angels do. They have always seen it as the path home. Even if you don't make $1 from it, it will still restore you in ways no bank account ever could. It will put your spirit back together after years of surviving. It will restore the parts of you that trauma cracked. There are people right now watching you shrink, and they're hoping you never discover your power. Because when you do, the energy you'll release will shake the space around you. You are not meant to be small. You are not built to be invisible. Your joy is your weapon, and your hobby is your sword. Type Amen to get blessing 888. Sometimes, your true self doesn't shout, it plays softly in the corner, waiting for you to choose it again. Choose it now. Let your fingers remember what fulfillment feels like. Don't chase what the world chases. The world is exhausted. The world is burning out. But your soul is waking up. And when you feed it, truly feed it, you will begin to glow again. Not from validation, but from vibration. You'll attract not just people, but purpose. The right people will show up the moment you start showing up for yourself. They will not understand you, they will recognize you. Type Amen to get blessing 547. You've never been ordinary. Even in your hobbies, there was always something a little different. A flair. A light. A code. You inherited these passions from somewhere deeper than memory. From spirit. From divine ancestors. From stars. This is your spiritual DNA. You are not here to beg for scraps when your soul came to feast. And the feast begins when you take your hobby seriously again. This is your altar now. Your canvas. Your sacred rhythm. The angels are watching. And they are ready to pour out blessing upon blessing the moment you begin. Type Amen to get blessing 464. This season is going to shock you with alignment. The more you lean into your joy, the more doors will open, not by force, but by frequency. A powerful shift is coming where the things you once loved will become the things that bless your life the most. Watch how people begin to ask for your gift. Watch how the world begins to respond. It's not magic, it's alignment. And you are the magnet now. A divine force disguised as a person simply doing what they love. There is no greater resistance to darkness than light created through joy. That's why you must create now. Speak. Dance. Sculpt. Play. Heal. Build. Share. Type Amen to get blessing 333. Tonight, when no one is watching, light a candle in your soul. Touch your calling again. Feel how it instantly warms your chest. That is not nostalgia, it is remembrance. Your soul remembers what it came to do. Your hobby is the rehearsal of your divine mission. Let others scoff. Let them minimize it. You know the truth. You know how different you feel when you're doing it. Your whole life becomes sharper, softer, stronger when you stop rejecting yourself. You deserve to live inside your joy again. It's time to come home. Type Amen to get blessing 761. And when you finally give yourself full permission, something sacred will happen. You'll become magnetic. Not to everyone, but to the right ones. Someone important will see your work. Someone with access. Someone with power. And they won't be impressed, they'll be moved. Because what you carry cannot be replicated. It's not learned. It's remembered. And when you awaken it, they will feel it in their bones. Archangel Michael says, the power is not out there, it's within. Waiting for your touch. Waiting for your yes. Type Amen to get blessing 120. And now, breathe deeply. Let go of shame. Let go of hesitation. Let go of the stories that told you joy is childish. You're not childish. You're chosen. And what you love is the proof. The timeline is bending to your energy. Opportunities are being rearranged in your favor. People are being drawn in without knowing why. Because when a soul returns to its purpose, the world has no choice but to make room. Type Amen to get blessing 532. There is something sacred happening inside you right now, even as you read this. A flicker you thought was gone is returning, a softness in your chest, a vibration in your fingertips. This is not imagination. This is your spirit remembering who it was before the world tried to quiet it. Every color you loved, every melody that moved you, every story you told yourself at night as a child, those were seeds. They weren't fantasies. They were flashes of the life you were meant to grow into. And now that life is knocking at the door. You might feel resistance right before the breakthrough, because the old version of you doesn't want to die quietly. But don't let fear stop what your soul has already started. The shift is irreversible now. Your hobby is the bridge between the life you live and the life you're meant to manifest. And the moment you walk across it, the past can no longer chase you. Type Amen to get blessing 377. You were not created to impress others. You were created to express the divine through the talents placed in you. Every time you choose to return to your passion, you walk back into the arms of your higher purpose. Think of how different your life feels when you're doing what lights you up. The time disappears. The noise fades. That is not a coincidence. That is your soul finally breathing without restraint. People spend years seeking peace, and it has always been inside the things they love doing. You already carry the medicine. The hobby you've been neglecting is the exact key to unlock the next door. You are more than your trauma. More than your bills. More than your relationships. You are a divine blueprint. You are a purpose disguised as a person. Type Amen to get blessing 690. There is someone out there who cannot heal until you create. There is someone who will not discover their next chapter until you live yours boldly. You are more connected to the web of destiny than you know. When you honor your gift, you give others permission to do the same. That's why this is not selfish, it's sacred. Your healing is a domino effect. Your hobbies were never about wasting time. They were about remembering your timeline. They are the ancient drumbeats that summon the version of you that you left behind. The angels are circling now, making way. The wind will shift. The atmosphere will lighten. And your entire energy will change when you finally say, I remember now. I'm ready. Type Amen to get blessing 834. Archangel Michael says, there is a vibration returning to your hands. The world may not notice it at first, but heaven does. This frequency was long dormant and is now rising again like a phoenix from your inner ashes. If you've been feeling tired, it's not because you are broken, it's because you've been operating far from your true essence. Doing what you were never meant to do drains you in W. To awaken. This is not a side quest. This is your main mission. Type Amen to get blessing 276. Don't allow the world's noise to drown out your divine rhythm. The life you crave is waiting on the other side of your creative courage. What if your next chapter isn't about survival, but about beauty? Start small, but start deeply. Paint with broken brushes. Write with shaking hands. Sing with a hoarse voice. Just begin. Each time you honor your gifts, your reality bends toward grace. What once felt impossible will feel magnetic. And what once felt like a hobby will suddenly feel like home. The energy surrounding you is shifting. You'll notice more signs. More synchronicities. More invitations to rise. Type Amen to get blessing 889. People won't understand at first why you're doing this. They may mock you. Or question you. But remember, divine callings are rarely understood by the unawakened. This is not their journey. It's yours. And if you wait for their permission, you'll never move. This is between you and the one who placed that gift inside you. When you were a child, you didn't need permission to play. Your soul took over. It knew what it loved. It's time to return to that innocence. That bravery. The world tells you to be useful. But heaven tells you to be you. And you are useful simply by existing fully in your joy. Type Amen to get blessing 422. This message came today because time is moving quickly now. The opportunities that are coming require the real you, not the masked version. Your gift is the password to the next level. And the world is starved for authenticity. It doesn't need more influencers. It needs influencers of energy. Of truth. Of light. Your hobby is not entertainment. It is medicine. It is magic. It is divine code. And every time you touch it, the veil between you and your higher self gets thinner. Don't delay anymore. This is the sign. This is the bell. The angels are watching, and the divine is waiting for your yes. Type Amen to get blessing 905. There's no more hiding. Not for you. The light is on you now, and not because you asked for it, but because you're ready. You've done the healing. You've done the waiting. Now comes the creating. Now comes the part where your gifts are no longer background noise, they're the symphony. The people who once overlooked you will be drawn back, wondering what changed. But you won't need to explain. The glow of your joy will say everything. You're not late. You're on divine time. And now, the time has come. Type Amen to get blessing 671. Your hobby is not a hobby anymore. It is a lifeline. A destiny code. A portal into everything you were promised. As you begin again, old wounds will start to fade. New joy will begin to flow. Divine support will show up in unexpected places. And you'll begin to smile without forcing it. To breathe deeper. To walk taller. Because the real you has returned, and the universe knows how to respond. Archangel Michael says, your soul is about to explode with color. What was gray will now become vibrant. What was silent will now sing. You're not chasing dreams. You're walking into your divine contract. And it begins now. Type Amen to get blessing 718.